Hello, my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shan, and today I thought I would tell you guys all about the books I read in August. I had to stop and think about what month we're in. August, I read 7, and they were all either 4 or 5 stars, not a single 3 or 2 amongst them. I had a great month. I've had a great year, reading year. I feel like it's been a ton of wins, and that's such a good feeling. So we're just going to get on into it. I'm going to start with the first book I read in August and go through to the last. And I'll tell you about it. Most of these have dedicated videos. 2 of them do not. So I'll let you know which of those don't. But any of the others, if you want full videos for them, you can find them here on this channel. So the first one we read, which was 4 stars, was Here One Moment by Liane Moriarty. This one was a lot of fun. It's about an older woman gets on a plane and the plane is full. They're having problems, so they've been sitting on the runway for a while. All of a sudden, she gets up and she starts going down the aisle of the plane, looking at people sitting in their seats, minding their own business, and telling them when and how they're going to die, which would be an alarming thing to have happen to you on a plane. And so from there, the story just kind of follows along with a handful of these people as they live their life sort of waiting to see what's going to happen, because for some of them the time is sneaking up on them. It's about to be that time. And it looks at the ways in which they live their lives differently because of the news that they get. And I thought it was really interesting. It's different than any of her other books that I've read, and I liked it a lot. That was 4 stars. Did I say that? Next, I read The Third Gilmore Girl, a memoir by Kelly Bishop. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know I love the Gilmore Girls. It's one of those comfort shows I can just put on in the background and just feel like I'm visiting with old friends. And Kelly Bishop, who plays Emily Gilmore on the show, is one of my favorite characters. So this is her memoir. It looks at her entire career. It sticks mostly to her career. It doesn't get too much into her personal life. I really get the feeling from the book that she's a very private woman. But then when you finally get to the part about when she worked on both the Gilmore Girls original series and then the Netflix revival, A Year in the Life, I loved I loved hearing about her experiences on there. Also, her experience working with Edward Herman, who played her husband Richard Gilmore. He died in between the original series and the revival, and just hearing her speak about him and the relationship that they had as friends and coworkers was really beautiful. And I would definitely recommend to anyone who loves the Gilmore Girls. Oh, next up, actually, I have a physical copy of this one. We have Ripe by Sarah Rose Etter. This book was a recommendation from one of you guys, and it was wild. It was wild. It was right up my alley, though. Um, it's just kind of one of those weird books, and it's about a woman who is trapped in this dead end job that she hates. She hates it, and the world is falling apart. And more than that, she has a black hole following her around. And it's kind of like the black hole, while literal in the book, is kind of like a manifestation of mental illness. And I thought it was so interesting and so well done. It was beautifully written. There are many parts I underlined and annotated because it just, while perhaps the scenarios won't resonate with you, like the actual scenario she's in, her insights I think definitely will. And that was 5 stars. Oh, and I don't know if I said The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop was also 5 stars. I find memoirs hard to rate, so unless there's something really off about them, I usually give them 5 stars. Next up, we had The Hitchcock Hotel by Stephanie Roble. This was a 4 star. This is about a man named Alfred, and he opens up a hotel called the Hitchcock Hotel. That's exactly what you would think it would be. The hotel paying homage to Alfred Hitchcock, and it's full of like memorabilia, like all kinds of really rare stuff that he got in auctions and things like that. He opened it in the town where he went to college, and during the 1 year anniversary of the hotel being open, he summons all of his old college friends to come and stay at the hotel. Now, there's a lot of secrets, there's a lot of things going on. We know these people don't want to go there, they're not interested, but they go because there's something, some sort of secret, some sort of incident that's binding them together, and they feel like they have to go. And from there it becomes a murder mystery, and it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Next up, there's also no video for this one, no dedicated video. It's Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. It's about two best friends who meet at a children's hospital when they're young, and it chronicles their 30 plus year friendship. They originally bond over a shared love of video games, and as they become adults, that's what keeps them together as friends. They begin designing video games and become fairly famous because of it. And it's just this look at their lives over so many decades, and I thought it was really beautiful. And like, I don't know if you can tell, I annotated a ton in this. We did this for my latest podcast episode with my friend Krista, THC Library, on Spotify if you're interested. This book was 5 stars. I loved it. I wasn't sure going into it if I was going to like it or not, but I loved it. I thought the writing was so well done. I thought the characters were so fleshed out. They felt like people, which of course, is the point of any character in any book. But it was done so well in this. I once found myself going to Google what one of them looked like. I was like, oh, what does he look like? And then I had to stop and be like, are you kidding me? That's a book. These aren't real people. Would recommend. It's long, it's slow at parts, but it's worth it. I thought it was beautiful. Then after that, I read Fierce Tales of Psychological Horror, which is a psychological horror anthology with lots of fantastic authors. We have Stephen Graham Jones, we have Josh Malerman, Joyce Carol Oates, just a ton. I thought it was great. This one's not out yet. I think it comes out the end of September. But if you like short horror anthologies, I would definitely recommend picking up a lot of. I gave it 4 stars. Not every story worked for me, but a lot of them did. So I definitely recommend giving it a try. And then the final book that I read this month is Coup de Grace by Sophia Ajram. And this is a horror novella that has a bit of a choose your own adventure element towards the end. It's about a man who is on the train, and he has decided that he is going to end his life. And so he's taking a train, waiting to get to the station. Then he plans to go out the other side of the station and hop on into the St. Lawrence River. But once he gets to the station, he finds he can't find a way out. And he finds himself in a series of tunnels and rooms, unable to escape. And I found it deeply unsettling, but again, beautiful in parts. Some profound observations, things like that. And while it's dark and sad, and gruesome in parts, there are some parts that were like, ugh. But I thought it was really good. And this one was, what was this one? I think 4 stars as well. Yeah. 4 stars. So there you go, you guys. It was a good month. A good month. And now tomorrow, September. My favorite time of year is beginning. All the burr months: September, October, November, December. Anyway, you guys, I hope you're having a great weekend, and I will see you again really soon. Bye.